On the warm summer night of July 19, 1971, 24-year-old Rita Curran was brutally murdered in her apartment in Burlington, Vermont. Rita was a kind-hearted elementary school teacher, deeply loved by her family and students. She had just moved out of her parents' house to live independently, balancing her teaching job with a part-time position as a hotel maid. That evening, she had spent some time chatting with her roommates before they left for a brief outing. When they returned just over an hour later, they found her lifeless body, beaten, sexually assaulted, and strangled. Her murder sent shockwaves through the quiet town, and investigators immediately launched a full-scale probe. Police combed through every inch of her apartment, collecting evidence: a cigarette butt near her body, strands of hair, and even traces of skin under her fingernails, indicating that she had fought her attacker. But in 1971, forensic technology was limited. Despite questioning over 50 potential suspects and running down countless leads, detectives hit a dead end. Years passed, and the case went cold. Whispers spread that the notorious serial killer Ted Bundy, who was active during that era, might have been involved. His pattern of targeting young women and breaking into their homes seemed eerily similar. But there was one problem: Bundy wasn't in Vermont that night. That theory, like so many others, collapsed. For over 5 decades, Rita's family lived with unanswered questions. Then, in 2022, the case was reopened. Forensic science had advanced dramatically, and detectives decided to re-examine the old evidence using DNA testing and genetic genealogy. The cigarette butt found at the crime scene was sent to a lab, and what happened next stunned everyone. It matched a man named William DeRoos. At the time of the murder, DeRoos was years old and had been living in the same apartment building as Rita, just upstairs. He had recently married and had a reputation for having a violent temper. On the night of the murder, he had an argument with his wife. Angry, he stormed out of their apartment, took a walk, and didn't return for several hours. When detectives first interviewed his wife in 1971, she had covered for him, claiming he was home all night. But decades later, after learning about the DNA match, she finally admitted the truth. She had lied out of fear. DeRoos had managed to escape justice for years. Not long after the murder, he left Vermont, moved to California, and later disappeared into Thailand, where he became a Buddhist monk. But his past followed him. He eventually returned to the US, where he struggled with drug addiction and died of an overdose in 1986 at the age of 46, never facing the consequences of his crime. With the DNA evidence proving his guilt beyond doubt, Burlington police officially closed the case in 2023. Rita's family finally had the answers they had been waiting for. Her brother, Tom Curran, said, "We're grateful to finally know what happened, but it's heartbreaking that he never paid for what he did." Rita's murder remained a mystery for over 50 years, but thanks to modern forensic science and the relentless pursuit of justice, the truth finally came to light. Her story is a chilling reminder that no matter how much time passes, the past has a way of catching up. If you found this case fascinating, don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories that uncover the truth behind the most gripping cases.